Hello, welcome back to another outstanding client interview at the Software Engineering Accelerator. Today, we're talking with Andy Tran. Andy recently graduated from the University of California, Riverside with a degree in computer science. After graduation, he had submitted over 100 applications. He went through just 2 or 3 recruiter screens and ended up landing 0 interviews. However, he made the great decision to join the Software Engineering Accelerator, and after breaking down his resume, making his LinkedIn one that stands out, and generating referrals for him, he ended up landing 30 interviews and even multiple offers ranging from startups to accepting his offer at IBM that paid over $160,000 a year in total compensation. Here's Andy Tran. So Andy, I remember you joined, could tell me specifically when you joined. I think it was about, like you said, 5 or 6 months ago. Tell me more about your background. So what school did you go to? What did you study? And what did you graduate with?
Yeah, so I went to the University of California, Riverside. I studied computer science, and I joined roughly, again, like you said, 6 months ago in January. And I decided to join when I was looking at a post in December, and I was really just looking to see what I was doing wrong in my search for a job, especially for software engineering, since it was getting so competitive. And that's how I got across to your program.
Yeah, absolutely. And remind me, how many internships did you have in college, if any, in the world of software engineering? Like, what experience did you have before graduation?
I essentially had zero, basically. Yeah. Yeah.
Got it. So you kind of came out of college with not too much experience, kind of coming.
Yeah.
Got it. Now, once you graduated, tell me about like your application history before joining. So roughly how many applications did you submitted? How many interviews did you get? What were your results before the accelerator?
Absolutely. So when I first started, I knew like I first had to get like some sort of experience. So I did do some things on the side. Um, I like became a web developer for one of my family friends, and on top of that, I guess like I was applying to LinkedIn daily or like software engineering near me uh positions, and yeah, I'd say I was cold applying every day, but there was no end result to any of that. I wasn't getting any replies, and basically getting a lot of rejections at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have like a rough number? I know some people it's like 100, 500, 1,000, 50 applications. How many applications do you feel like you submitted kind of before the accelerator?
I would say even though I think I did like one a day,
Hmm.
um, and I wasn't like thinking of like the severity of like how much I should be applying. So I think roughly from August to December, maybe, or like July to December, maybe like roughly like 100 something.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Got it. So roughly 100 something applications, but no proper interviews so far.
Yes, exactly. I probably had like out of the 100, I probably had like 4 screenings.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, makes sense. Now, kind of going into your decision to join the accelerator, I know you said you were looking for some outside help to make this happen.
Mhm.
What actually motivated you to invest in yourself? I know like there's a lot of people out there, they're like, oh, I'm just gonna kind of try to wing it, do it myself, see what happens. But what actually made you pull the trigger and be like, no, this is something I take serious and I want to actually invest in?
Yeah, makes sense. I would say, a lot of people when they start looking at the job searching process, they kind of just think they can do it by themselves and they can do it independently. I think I came around to that time where I was like, honestly, I think I'm willing to take any advice possible, and I want to be guided throughout this whole process because the things that I'm doing individually are not yielding any results. Yeah, so that's why I came to this program, and I was like, it could really teach me something that I'm missing.
Yeah, absolutely. And before we get into your experience in the accelerator, did you have any hesitations before actually pulling the trigger?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, coming across this program online on YouTube or like even on LinkedIn, I was like really skeptical. Like, is this program really gonna change me for the better? Like, I think like the payment process, it's a hefty it's a hefty like payment price when you first start, but honestly, it's well worth it in the end. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes sense. So, kind of going into your experience in the program, Andy, as you know, we have like a 5 or 6 step process. We go resume, LinkedIn, referrals, lead code, behavioral, and coding interviews. So, let's actually walk through your experience with that. So, we'll start with the resume. It's one of the most important parts of the process. How did you feel like the resume breakdown or review was as part of the accelerator?
Yeah, man, I felt it was really helpful, like especially when I was coming out in college, no one really teaches you. like what are the most beneficial things that you should put on your resume to stand out the most. And that's what I really appreciate about the coaching calls of the resume because we had unlimited well essentially we could do it as much as we wanted to when we wanted to. And not only was it catering to our schedule, but we had a amazing feedback as well. So I really
Yeah,
appreciated it.
absolutely. And that's a huge difference here. Like we don't
Yeah.
just do one resume review. It's a situation
Yeah.
where we have a whole process and then people can actually show up effectively unlimited times. Like, I mean, maybe not
Yeah.
100 times.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Like as much as help in resume
that's
rewriting you
possible.
need, like we'll give for you there until your resume is absolutely perfect. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm glad it made a huge difference there. Let's talk about LinkedIn. How do you feel like the LinkedIn rewrite and redoing process was for you as well?
Yeah, I would say similar to the resume review, it really helped me out. Basically understand how to stand out compared to other candidates that were interviewing as well. And yeah, so it was really interesting to learn what I can make myself how I can make myself stand out and how I wasn't making myself stand out. So
Yeah,
I really liked it.
absolutely. Let's talk referrals. Now, before the program, tell me, did you get a bunch of referrals? And then kind of after the program, how do you feel like the referral generation system and process was?
Yeah, I would say from the whole program, I think this whole referral process was probably the most important and it helped me out the most. I think that's something that a lot of aspiring software engineers like glance kind of like they don't really like understand how important it is. And I think that's something that this program really highlights. So before the program, I think I was getting again, I was like going through most of my mutuals. So maybe I guess like I was getting like like maybe 10 I've 10 referrals from like friends and family. But what the program the Accelerator program really teaches you is how to get them. And I think I probably multiplied my referrals by like fivefold. So it was really good. And that was like the key to getting me interviews.
Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing to hear. Speaking of interviews, how many interviews did you actually get after joining the accelerator? I know that was a bit of a struggle at the beginning, but you're saying it
Yeah,
made a big difference. So tell me about what interviews you actually got after joining.
absolutely. When I like I guess when I was starting to do the referral program, um I was getting interviews like I wouldn't want to exaggerate this, but I would say pretty often, like, and it was at an alarming rate where I felt like some days I was like, how can I fit these many interviews in my schedule? I'm not trying to like oversell it, but yeah, it was a great experience, and they were from multiple size companies. I'd say like from like startup seeds or mid-level companies, and honestly, maybe even like higher ones that I didn't expect I would even get the chance to interview for.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a number here. So are we talking like 5 interviews, 10 interviews, 15 interviews? You just give me like a rough range here. That'd be super helpful.
If I could roughly estimate, I would say like probably 30 interviews from February to where I'm at now, which is still really, that's like 7 times the amount I had in before I joined the accelerator.
Yeah, that's amazing, man.
Yeah, it's
Just
pretty
to hear
good.
that you
Yeah.
went from almost no interviews to 30 interviews. I've actually talked to tons of students who they graduate and they've gotten 0 interviews. To hear like the program was able to audit your process enough to get you 30 interviews was that's
Yeah,
astounding, and I'm really, really
that's
proud of
crazy.
your success there. Let's talk about the actual lead code and technical interview help. So did you end up using our technical mock interviews and how did you feel like those were?
Yeah, I'd say well, again, while still being very helpful, I think I already came to the accelerator with a technical background, especially in lead code. Like we had before in our screening. And although it did really help like understand and identify how to answer certain leak code questions, I felt like and I was very proficient in that area. But something I would say is yeah, it really helped me how to identify and structure my problem solving and how I was supposed to explain to the interviewer.
Yeah,
That was really good.
absolutely. Tell me about the behavioral interview prep. That's a big one that a lot of people
That is a big
underestimate.
one.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think behavioral interviews don't matter. I can just wing it. I need to focus
Yeah.
on technical interviews, but that is definitely not the case. I've worked with hundreds of students at this point and
Uh-huh.
never had a great behavioral interview on the first try. So tell me, how do you feel like the behavioral interview prep was?
Yeah, you're spot on. I would say the behavioral interview, like compared to or on the other hand, compared to like the technical one, was really significantly helpful to me because honestly, a lot of people like like who do software engineering, they're like, oh, you know what? Like the behavioral interview, like it's so easy. I'm just gonna worry about the technical. But honestly, like you don't really understand how it is until you like talk one on one on somebody about your experience and um, understand the flow. I think STAR method is something um easy to understand, but like when you really apply it and talk it through, like it takes a lot of practice. So that's something that the accelerator program really helped me with. And yeah, by the time I was like finished, I think like yeah, the end of May right now, like I'd say I'm really proficient in like behavioral interviews and like if we did one right now, it'd be pretty good.
Yeah, great to hear. Let's talk about your actual offers at the end of the day. So I know you got multiple offers. So could you kind of tell me what companies were those and what were the offers?
Yeah, so I guess starting off with like the lower one, I had the chance to get offer at a startup based in LA and should I talk about like the price range
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
okay, okay.
That's what we all want to know here.
Okay, yeah, so that one's a little on the lower side, but that one was 80K. But with equity and some benefits, it'd be north of 100K, which was really exciting for me. I was gonna jump at that offer.
Hmm.
Then I actually got the opportunity to get an offer at IBM, which was yeah, that was amazing for me too. It was a big company, and that offer was around so it started off with 105K with benefits and commission up to I think about roughly 150. And then yeah, and then after that, like I negotiated on call, which really surprised me, and I got it up to 120 base, and then I think now commission's up to 160. So it's
Dude,
really good. Yeah,
amazing.
I know it's good.
Amazing, man.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm so proud of you. First of all, you said it was the start was at the lower end. I think 100K is like, sure, it's on the
yeah,
lower
yeah.
end, but even that's amazing. Like even your lower offer was in that six figure when you account for TC. And then to hear like, yeah, like your offer you took was at IBM, 160K total is outstanding, man. Like that's a great offer. I think a lot of people would kill for that. So congrats. Like you really did it. I'm super proud of you.
Thank you, Amon. Yeah, and I would say that yeah, the accelerator is a program that's really worth it. Like I don't think I'd be here without it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing to hear. I guess final question is, what would you say to you 6 months ago? Someone who's like, hey, kind of struggling, submitted a few applications, got a couple of interviews, but isn't able to really sink and get that offer. What would you say to someone who's like on the fence about reaching out to get actual professional coaching to help them get that software engineering and tech offer?
Absolutely. I'd say, a lot of people are hesitant to take that risk. Especially I think the down payment is something that a lot of people can't comprehend or consider at like when the first time when they begin. But I think you got to really think long term about what you're investing in. Um, Especially like down the line. Like when I first started, I was like 5 to 6 months is a lot of time, but it really went in a blink of an eye. And I think me now from 6 months ago is like I learned a lot of so many I learned a lot of valuable things from the program that I didn't expect to learn in the beginning. And I think that's something that people should really understand. Like you're investing in yourself long term, and if you keep grinding and keep motivated and being like, and you're keeping being determined, you're gonna eventually get the job.
Yeah, sounds great, man. Well, Andy, I want to say congrats one more time. That's amazing outcome. Super proud
Yeah.
of you. And thank you for doing this interview. And yeah, like I said before, you're part of the program for I think another 6 months at least.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions along the way about your offer, if you want like additional resume reviews, like you're in that community, I'm here for you, and all of our coaches are here for you as well. So yeah, congrats one more time, and thanks for doing this.
Thank you so much, Amon. Yeah, that's great to hear too.
Yeah, of
Thank you.
course. All right, have a good one, man. Best of luck.
Bye bye. Have a great day.